Reggie, give me a number, any number.
3.
3. First up. Third up. It's so hard to find things that unify us right now, but, and I'm as surprised as you, there was an extremely touching moment yesterday at Talladega Superspeedway involving Bubba Wallace, who is the only black full-time driver in NASCAR. Wallace, who recently led the effort for NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag at all of their events, found a disturbingly racist object in his garage yesterday. In response to this, all of the drivers and all of the crew members offered a unified show of support for Wallace when they pushed his car to the front of the grid during last night's pre-race activities. It was a beautiful moment.
All of NASCAR's drivers have rallied around Bubba Wallace, the NASCAR Cup Series lone black driver, after what happened here yesterday afternoon. The drivers, led by reigning Cup Series champion Kyle Busch in green, and their crews, the entire garage area, has rallied around Bubba Wallace and the number 43 today. That's why Richard Petty is here today, and why Ryan Blaney, Bubba's friends, competitors, and on-track foes have closed ranks around him.
It was the most unexpectedly beautiful thing. Almost as unexpectedly beautiful as a British guy sitting in his garage telling you about a NASCAR driver named Bubba. I'd honestly be more into NASCAR if the entire race was people pushing cars around the track.
I agree.
You know, I think, I wonder why I didn't become a NASCAR driver. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if I retrace my steps.
Right.
At what moment in my life NASCAR stopped becoming an option? I'm going to look into that over the summer break. Reggie, what's next?
Number 1.
Number 1 now. More and more states are pushing for mail-in ballots for the upcoming presidential election in November due to fears over the coronavirus. But yesterday, President Trump went on a tweet storm calling mail-in ballots fraudulent, and he wrote in all caps, "Rigged 2020 election, millions of mail-in ballots will be printed by foreign countries and others." Who are the others? What, like... Foreign countries I get, but if they're Americans, then that's just their vote. Beyond that, we must be talking about aliens, aren't we? But then Trump continued, again, in all caps, "It will be the scandal of our times." The scandal of our times. Obviously, the greatest scandal of our times is when Popeyes run out of chicken sandwiches. But this makes sense. Trump is particularly troubled about mail fraud because it's the one kind of fraud he hasn't mastered yet. So Trump says mail-in ballots are fraudulent. But then I got to thinking, who does use mail-in ballots? Well, it turns out, and this is true, it's people like this. Yeah, Donald Trump votes by mail. So does his wife, Melania Trump, and also Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, Donald Trump Jr., and about a dozen other Trump officials, including Vice President Mike Pence. Although Mike Pence is so prudish, he doesn't think you should lick a stamp outside of marriage. Trump's complaining about voting by mail, but deep down, I think what he was really upset about was the post office's new line of collectible Trump stamps. There's this one, and then there's this one commemorating the time Trump got frightened by a bald eagle, and finally this one of Trump getting handsy with the American flag, just in time for the 4th of July. Reggie, what's last?
Number 2.
And finally, all around the world, protesters are toppling statues of problematic historical figures. But some people are looking to take it a step further. Recently, a petition to replace the name of Columbus, the state capital of Ohio, which is named after Christopher Columbus, has gained more than 50,000 signatures. And the name that all of these people would like to change the state capital to is, and I'm not making this up, Flavortown. And they're doing this in honor of the celebrity chef, fashion icon, and mayonnaise pioneer Guy Fieri, who was born in Columbus. And at first, it sounds like a joke, but then you realize you could actually do a lot worse. Guy Fieri may be known for his catchphrases and inability to properly wear sunglasses, but he's also an amazing person. He's officiated more than 100 LGBTQ weddings, and during the pandemic has raised more than $20 million for restaurant workers. In fact, by any metric, we here at The Late Late Show are of the belief that Guy Fieri is much more deserving of having a town named after him than Christopher Columbus. Now, some people might argue that Columbus discovered America, which is seeming less impressive with every passing day, but Guy Fieri, he discovered all of this.
Drum roll, please. A taco pizza, peanut butter burger,
duck tongue tacos.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The weirdest grilled cheese, dragon's breath chili, super duper weenie, Miller Lite mop sauce, the Flying Jacob, Danger Dog, mac, daddy and cheese.
Cashelada.
Cashelada. That's the biggest burger I've ever made.
The choice is clear. Congratulations, Ohio, and welcome to Flavortown. That was 3 things.
3 things.